Hi, welcome to Something More. I'm Swanan, and today we are going to have a look at the mobile application development using Flutter technology and compare the development process speed on both M1 MacBook Air and 2019 16-inch MacBook Pro. So, I have been using Flutter for creating mobile application for the past 1 year. Flutter is an open source UI software development kit created by Google. It is used to develop applications for Android, iOS, Linux, Mac, Windows, and the web from a single code base. Using Flutter, you can do a very fast development and it will create native iOS and Android applications. You can find the more information about Flutter on the flutter.dev. So here you can also try the Flutter in your browser. So they have provided a simple dialog for testing the Dart code. If not, they also provided a Dart pad where you can run your code snippets. So here you can see the Dart pad running, and it does very fast development. As you can see, as soon as you change the code, it gets reflected on the app itself. Let's get started with the installation. Okay, so here on the install section, you can find the various installation process for different OSs like Windows, Mac OS, Linux, and Chrome. For now, let's go over to the Mac OS installation setup. Here you can find the system requirements. You can get the Flutter SDK from here. So currently we are having the Flutter version as 1.22.6. So you can download the Flutter SDK from here. You can unzip the zipped SDK, and after that you can add the Flutter tool to the path by running this command. And after that we can run the Flutter Octet to check whether the Flutter is installed on our device or not. So all these links I will mention in the description. So once the setup is done, we can now integrate the iOS and Android. So for iOS, we can run these two commands to connect the Xcode with our Flutter SDK. And once all these are done, you can directly run the app on the iOS simulator as well as on the device. So for doing that, you have to first set up an editor. So Flutter runs majorly with 3 editors. By default, you can use the Android Studio to develop, debug, and run the Flutter applications on both Android as well as on iOS. But personally, I don't like Android Studio as it consumes more RAM. Personally, I like the Visual Studio. So you can get the Visual Studio extension from the marketplace. I will provide its link in the description. And once done, we will generate a default applications like this, where we can find the title, text, and a button. On clicking of it, it will just update the counter. Okay, let's open the same application on both the device. Here on the right, you can see the MacBook Air with the M1 Silicon, and on the left side you can see the MacBook with the Intel chip. So before opening the application, let's first check the Flutter version. So let's run Flutter Octet on both, and let's see what the Flutter version we are currently on. So as you can see, on both we are currently running on the latest 1.22.6. and all the checks are okay. So in this test, we will also check the battery consumption. Here on the M1, it is currently on 81%, and on the MacBook Pro, it is currently on 99%. So at the end of the task, we will check who has consumed the most of the battery. Okay, now let's open the code. Here we can see that it is a very basic application containing only a single file, main.dart. And on this main.dart, let's walk through the application code itself. Here, firstly we are calling the main function, and in the main function we are calling run app by passing the my app to it. Here we have created a material app with the title as Flutter demo, a theme data with a blue theme, and then added a home page with the title the Flutter demo. And in the home page, here we have created a scaffold and an app bar, and in the app bar we have displayed a title, and in the center we have added two text that you have pushed the button this many times and a counter. And below that we have added a floating action button, and on clicking of it we are calling the increment counter. And in the increment counter, here we can see at first we have initialized the counter with 0, and in the increment counter we are just increasing its value by 1. So as soon as we press the button, it will just update the counter text here. As you can also see that I have installed the Flutter extension in the VS Code. So on here too, you can see the complete outline of the file. Okay, let's first test the application on the iOS simulator. By pressing 1, 2, 3. So let's select the iOS simulator, and now let's wait to boot the iOS simulator. On MacBook Air M1, we can see that it has already been started. The simulator is already booted up. And we are waiting for launching the application. Here on the Intel, the simulator is currently booting. Now let's see who runs the app first. Okay, so M1 open the application first. So here we can see our base code, that we have a title and we can see the text that you have pushed the button this many times with a counter of 0. Okay, so now the app has started on the MacBook Pro also. Let's click on the plus icon and see whether the counter is getting updated or not. So yeah, it is working fine. So we have tested this when the simulator was booting for the first time. Now let's again close the simulators and check for the second time who wins. Okay, now on the count of 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3. 3. Okay, for the second round, the M1 already started the simulator. The Pro also started the simulator. And now I think on both we are waiting for the app install. Okay, for the second time M1 also wins, again wins. You can already increment the counter over here, and now we can increment the counter on the Pro. Now let's try to run the app when the simulator are also running in the background. Okay, so now the simulators are currently running in the background, and on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Here again the M1 wins. So one more thing to keep in mind, that the MacBook Air M1 is just having the 8GB of RAM, and the Pro is having 16GB of RAM. So for the iOS part, we can see the clear winner, that it is the MacBook Air M1. Now let's check the performance on the Android side. Okay, so one thing to keep in mind, that currently the emulators may not run on the MacBook Air with M1 Silicon because Google has not updated the emulators to work on the ARM architecture. Still, we will try. So let's, on the count of 1, 2, and 3. Okay, here so Intel has already started the emulator, and now we are waiting for the app to run. Okay, now the app has been installed on the Pro and it has started. We can now click on the plus icon and the count is incrementing. Okay, and now here we are having the error, as we have already mentioned that the emulator is not currently supported on the M1 chip. So we can do one thing, we can try to close the emulator first, and we can connect a real device on the M1 chip and check whether we are able to run the app on the real device or not. And now here we are also hearing the fan noise from the MacBook Pro. Okay, so now we have connected a real device. Here in the bottom we can see the device name on the M1, and now let's try to run the app, clicking at the same time. There's 1, 2, and 3. Okay, now let's see, the emulator has already started. Emulator started on the MacBook Pro. The device is connected over here, and on the M1 we are basically installing the app for the first time. So here for the second time we can see the Intel has already started the application. So on the Android front, I think we are still good on the MacBook Pro with the Intel chip. Okay, let's see how much time does it take to run the app on the M1. It is still running, and here we can also see the battery performance. The MacBook Air M1 is still on the 81%, but the Pro has dropped from 99 to 91%. Now it has built the APK, and now it has run the app on the actual device. Okay, now let's try to do a subsequent build, because it has not built the application on the Android for the first time. Now let's try for subsequent build. Okay, so on both the device and emulator are running in the background, and let's click on play. And now for the subsequent build, the Intel again wins for the Android. And just a second later, we are here on the M1. Okay, we can try one more time by doing a clean build. Let's do a clean build. Okay, so cleaning is done. Now let's run the app. On click of 1, 2 and 3. Now again on the Intel, it is it has not started the building process. On the M1 also. Okay, so on, I think for a clean build also, the Intel wins by 5 seconds. So that's it, guys. This was the mobile application development comparison using the Flutter technology on both MacBook Air M1 and on the MacBook Pro 16-inch. Also, let's check the battery consumption. So on the MacBook Air M1, it has dropped from 81% to 78%, and on the MacBook Pro, it has dropped from 99% to 87%. If we can look at the battery consumption, the Intel is consuming more battery just for performing a simple tasks. So that's it, guys. Here we can see that the iOS performance on the M1 wins and the Android performance wins on the Intel side. So what do you guys think about this test? If you have any suggestions, please let me know in the comments. If you like this video, please do like, share and subscribe. See you in my next video.